Hi, Tom Cole for the Steve Taylor Community Connection. It's certainly an honor and a privilege to welcome in a very talented, wonderful young lady, Katina Gaston, from the Office Area on Aging in town. Tina, thank you so much for being with us today.
It is a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, we're glad.
Thank you so much.
Tina, we wanted you here today because, first of all, the Office on Area Aging does so many things for our folks who are aging.
Yes.
I think we have the largest in our country, which you know better than I, being in that field, the largest boomer population in the history of the United States right now. So many of our folks are getting older, and that presents, as you know, certain problems with employment, sometimes problems, economic hardships, and your office is fantastic because you funnel people into helpful situations. That leads me to SNAP.
Yes.
And you know, everything has acronyms today, but tell the folks what SNAP stands for.
Sure, Tom. SNAP stands for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, formerly known as the Food Stamp Program.
Okay.
So it's a U.S. government program, one of the largest, that fight food hunger.
Have you, and this is an obvious question, but I think it's important to get it out there, Tina. You obviously have noticed with the advent of the virus we've been fighting for almost 2 years now, where people are maybe afraid to go into work, can't work, health problems, the need for them to be able to get food has certainly probably increased dramatically.
Oh yeah, definitely, especially for older adults. That problem has actually exacerbated. So with that being said, we have provided a means to get food to older adults. Home delivered meals. We have actually provided over 1.3 million home delivered meals for older adults here in our community, as well as grab and go meals and 20,000 restaurant meals for older adults here in our community.
You know, Tina,
and surrounding communities.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Your office does so much to help people. I find it very interesting. We're in a strange time. You know, when they look back on the history books 50 years from now, I think chapters are going to be filled with what we're going through now in many respects. The economy, the virus, all of these things. We're handling challenges that we've never, engaged with before. But, to me, America has always been a compassionate country overall. And sometimes, I don't know, and maybe you can address it, but sometimes I think people in these stressful times, some people lose their compassion a little bit, and it's kind of you swim or sink, you're on your own. And that's not really what America's about. To me, America's always been about reaching out a hand and helping our neighbors, our friends, co-workers, people that need a helping hand. I've been privileged to interview probably 10,000 people in my lifetime, very successful people. And I can tell you, I don't think one of those people has ever said, hey, I did it all on my own. I'm successful because they all would acknowledge people that reached a hand out and helped them and picked them up at a time when they needed it. And
Sure.
I think in my heart of hearts, that's what SNAP does. You're helping people that need a hand up, that need an opportunity, an economic opportunity to do better. Would you characterize it that way? How would you characterize it?
I would say that is definitely a great description of what SNAP does for those that need food on the table. But the thing that I find interesting is that 48% of seniors that are eligible, they're not even applying for SNAP just because of the lack of education, some of the stigmas that come with it. So we want to make sure we spread the word in our community that we are here to help them and assist them with the process of getting them signed up for SNAP benefits.
Tina,
48%.
You're so smart. Is there the best way, when people see this video, what would be the best way for folks who are wondering if I'm an older person, I'm aging, I need some economic help as far as food is concerned, I have some food insecurity, how do I reach out to you? What's the best way to do that?
Sure, they can call the office, the Area Office on Aging office at 419-382-0624, 1137. The reason why I want them to call us is because we were provided a grant to help those that are 60 plus
Okay.
and those that have disabilities actually apply for food stamps. because we're living in the time where there's a digital divide, where a lot of seniors and those that are older just don't know how to use computers. So we make that process easier for them. They'll call us and we'll help them fill out the application, send them a pre-addressed envelope with their particular job and family services, because we support 10 counties. And so that pre-addressed envelope have that address on there, and they can just send it off to their local jobs and family services.
Tina, that's so well said. You're so incredibly bright. The digital divide is something that is really hurting our country, especially in the rural area. So much of our rural area, they just don't have access to the internet. And if you think about what we do in our daily lives, we're a city of 300,000 people, and we're getting a paper twice a week. Where are you going to get your information? It's not going to be from the paper because it's only twice a week. You know, you don't have internet. You know, what do you do? So that really creates a chasm for people trying to figure out what to do. And you know, the last thing I'd like to address, Tina, is the stigma, because I know it's there. I know people are prideful. You know, I think one misnomer about Americans, I think they all want to work, they want to have a job they feel good about, they want to earn their way. They don't want what somebody would say is a handout, which it isn't. But sometimes people look at it that way. And I think sometimes they miss the point of it isn't a stigma, it's not anything negative, you're going through a rough patch, you know, we give you a hand up, make things better for you, and then you can get your feet on the ground and life will smooth out. And we all need, there isn't anybody that doesn't need help at some time in their lives. And but I understand, I'm glad you brought up the stigma thing.
Yes, and there is a stigma that follows it, like I was saying. Some people, you know, I had people that tell me that they're embarrassed, but they need the help.
Right.
And so I try to encourage them to definitely apply for SNAP, because it's a benefit that's for them, you know. And so also with just, you know, some people say, you know, I'm only going to get $16 a month, so I don't want to apply. But the Biden administration just provided an increase of 25%.
Okay.
And it's a permanent increase for those that are already recipients and those that will apply. So there's a lot of myths that's out there, and I just want to encourage people that, hey, if you apply and you meet the criteria, which is 130% poverty level, then you can apply and receive food stamps. That opportunity is available for them.
Well, and hopefully as we bust through this, you know, pandemic, and I think that you know, we are going to get on the other side of it, and we are going to handle it. Well, maybe some of these issues will go away, but food insecurity probably isn't. I mean, it's going to be something that we have to deal with, and we need to help folks. And it isn't a stigma. Everybody needs a helping hand at some time in their lives, and I understand being prideful and all of that, but you know, our government is there to help folks, and you know, that's what they're paid to do, and to reach out and help folks and make their lives better. So Tina, you've been magnificent. It's wonderful to have you in the Steve Taylor studio today on our Community Connection. Thank you for all the incredible work that you and your staff are doing in the Office on Area Aging, making a difference every day in our community. We want to give your website, is that correct?
Sure, it's www.areaofficeonaging.com.
Okay.
So they can reach us that way. And also with our phone number again, 419-382-0624, extension 1137.
Thanks for all you do, Tina.
My pleasure, Tom. Thank you.
Okay. Tom Cole for the Steve Taylor Community Connection.